Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dylan Lusk here at the National Weather Service in Peachtree City, Atlanta, and we are going to be doing the weekly weather briefing for Thursday, May 27th, 2021. So just a couple of highlights for you this week. We're going to have some isolated rain thunder today across Georgia. That's mainly going to be across North Georgia and into the metro areas. This is going to be pretty isolated in nature. We're not really expecting much at all. These are kind of similar to your summer pop-up type thunderstorms and stuff like that. So nothing too serious today. Beyond that, the bigger player this week is going to be a cold front that's going to move through on Friday into Saturday. And with it, we're going to have some rain and thunderstorms that'll be out ahead of it that get pushed into the state. And so those are going to be our best chances of rain and thunderstorms. We'll have a marginal risk across northwest Georgia that we'll talk about here in just a second, mainly for a wind threat with some of these storms as they push into the state. With that though, we're finally going to get rid of these very warm temperatures that we've had across the area the past couple of days, and we're going to have some more seasonable weather that's going to move in behind that front just in time for our holiday weekend, which is great to see. After that, we do still have some isolated thunderstorms that'll be possible through this holiday weekend, even with that cold front coming through, and that will continue into early next week. We don't really have anything in the way of like an organized system, so like a cold front or like a low pressure system or something like that, but it's late May into early June. So we're starting to get into the time of year where we do see these kind of summertime pop-up thunderstorms, and that's kind of what we're going to start to see going into next week. So our current conditions across the area, winds are kind of light and variable, at least right now. Don't really have too much in the way of an organized direction going on with much of anything, as we're kind of caught in between a couple of different systems today. We do have a couple of clouds across the area, but those have been starting to burn off, and so it is going to heat up today. It's going to be another hot day today, with temperatures getting into the 80s and 90s across the area. As mentioned before, we do have a chance of some isolated thunderstorms today, and you can see back towards Alabama we already do have some showers that have started to pop, and I know we've had some showers that have been very light across parts of the metro today as well. So here are those rain chances for today. As mentioned before, these are just going to be some isolated thunderstorms. We're not expecting anything severe, anything too heavy with this, and your chances generally are going to be about 20% at the max, 20 to 25%. So pretty much this will be through the afternoon. As soon as the sun starts to set, any of these storms that do manage to pop or are ongoing, we'd expect them to die down pretty quick. The bigger player this week will be the cold front that's coming through tomorrow or Friday. And so what you're looking at here is just an animation from, and I do want to emphasize, an animation from one run of one model. Don't take this as any kind of truth or any kind of time when you can exactly expect rain, as there is a little bit of variety among the different models with exactly how this looks. And I will say there is some uncertainty around this. Some of these models, or some of the models that we've been looking at, are drier than, say, what you're looking at here, and there are some that show a little bit better precipitation than what you see here. So with all that said, what we're expecting right now, or at least our forecast, is that we'll have kind of a broken line of storms that will come in ahead of the front. You can see there's cold air. So what you're looking at here is basically the temperature, and overlaid over the top of that is kind of the simulated radar product. And so we do have that cold front. You can see those kind of blues and greens that are back toward the Midwest that start to push towards us. And so we have a cold front that's going to be pushing in, and out ahead of that we do have these showers and thunderstorms that are expected to develop. We're expecting it to be kind of a broken line of storms that pushes into the area. Basically starting in the kind of late morning to early afternoon is when we could start to see some things pop up, and this will continue on into the evening and maybe even a little bit into overnight as the front continues to make its way into this state. For the most part, we're not expecting too much in the way of severe weather or anything like that. That being said, we do have a marginal risk, which I'll show right up here, in northwestern Georgia for a couple of our counties up there. Doesn't quite include the Rome area, but does include some of those Chattanooga metro counties. And so basically the idea is that the initial storms that push in with this cold front could still be severe and could still have mainly a wind damage threat with them. So this would be just a threat for a few damaging wind gusts going into the afternoon. Really, the main focus of this will likely be the afternoon, though we could see a couple of these storms still reach severe thresholds into the evening. Here is your expected rainfall that we are going to get from these storms on Friday, or I should say that we could get from these storms on Friday. We could see some isolated heavier amounts that could be possible, especially where these thunderstorms actually do occur. This would be outside the kind of general rainfall and things like that. But for the most part, we're pretty much expecting rain totals to stay under an inch. We could see half an inch to an inch up towards far north Georgia. As you can see, these storms are kind of expected to be weakening as they move across the state, and so our rainfall totals continue to go down with that. Saturday into Saturday night, our cold front will continue to push across the state, and then Saturday it'll be down towards central and southern Georgia. And so we do have increased rain chances down there, though not quite as high as we have on, say, Friday, as kind of the better, as we would say, the better forcing, basically the low pressure system that's associated with this cold front is going to be kind of moving away. So it's going to be a little bit harder to generate some of the thunderstorms around this. And the cold front continues to push through the area, and our chances continue to decrease on Saturday night. So beyond that, here is the 7-day forecast for Atlanta, Georgia. As you can see, one nice thing about this cold front moving through is the temperatures on Saturday into Sunday and on Memorial Day. The weekend looks to be absolutely beautiful. We've got temperatures in the upper 70s. So definitely, if you're planning on taking advantage of this nice long holiday weekend, it looks like it's actually going to be very nice for you, at least once we get this cold front through on Friday. After that, we will have kind of those general pop-up thunderstorms that will start to return on Tuesday and Wednesday as we start to get moisture that moves back into the area. Beyond that, we could have a more organized system that moves through sometime in the middle of next week to the end of next week. But of course, this far out, there's still a lot of uncertainty around that. Looking down towards central Georgia, in this case, we'll look at Macon's forecast. Pretty similar, obviously a little bit warmer down there, but still with that cold front coming through by Sunday and into Memorial Day, we still cool things back down from the 90s that we've been experiencing all the way into the mid 80s. And similar to folks in North Georgia, we will see thunderstorms return on Tuesday, or at least chances of thunderstorms return on Tuesday and Wednesday. So just to sum everything up again, we could see some isolated rain showers, thunderstorms in Georgia this afternoon into evening. We will have a cold front that's going to move through the area Friday into Saturday, and that's going to be kind of our bigger weather player, so to speak. We do have a marginal risk in place with that across far northwest Georgia, mainly for our isolated damaging wind gusts. And with that, we'll have more seasonable weather with temperatures in the 70s and 80s behind the front as we move into Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. After that, we could see some isolated thunderstorms possible the holiday weekend into early next week. Once again, no real organized systems into mid to late next week. But we, of course, are getting into the time of year where we can have those summertime pop-up thunderstorms happen. So definitely be prepared for that. And that is it. Here is how you can connect with us. Definitely feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions or concerns or anything like that. We definitely try to monitor all of these places. So thank you so much. Have a great day.